Hello and welcome to the Royalty, everyone. We are back and it's the three of us. Before we jump into this week's episode, let me remind you to like, subscribe, and comment. You all have been doing amazing. We are almost at 4,000 followers. I think I said that right. I'm sounding like Big D. But we are your hosts. I'm Tiffany.
And I am your other host, Big D.
And I am your other host, Hannah, aka Chada, and I'm so excited that the three of us are finally back for another episode of The Royalty, where you listen, you sit, we spill, grab your mugs, and let's get into it. We're here to talk about Big Brother, Survivor, and The Challenge, and I couldn't be more excited. Let me drink my purse.
Well, I'm glad we're all back together. This is great. Listen, last week I know was great for you ladies. I'm so glad that you guys finally got a chance to vote me out. I know it meant a lot to you girls, and I'm
it really did.
Well, we have so much to uncover. Hannah, I know you're at the airport right now. Tiff, so glad that you're back. I'm so glad we're all back. It's just great to be here. We have so much to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I don't know shit.
Tiff, by the way, I was just going to say, Tiff, your hair looks beautiful today. Beautiful.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It does. You look like you're glowing.
This is the best I've looked in a month and a half, honestly. I've been going through so much. I've been so stressed out. And listen, I put this Olaplex on my hair. And let me just tell my people who don't have any problems with their hair, don't go off using products that you don't know what they do. And it really damaged my hair. And then because I'm under a lot of stress from losing my cousin, my hair's been falling out. So I am just like a mess. So I'm so glad I'm cute today.
You do.
Yes, Tiff, you look amazing. And I know this last month has been very rough for you. And I just want to send you a lot of love and hugs. And I know everybody else does, just because you've still been keeping up with doing everything on your plate, from Big Brother, The Challenge, hosting, Cody and Derek's podcast, our podcast. I don't know, everything else, dealing with all the stress and all this drama that's happening on Twitter and everything else. You've been doing really, really good with, keeping yourself still involved. And I appreciate that a lot. It really does mean a lot to me. And I know the fans, they love hearing from you. You are America's favorite player. And I never want any of us to ever forget that.
And I think you might also be America's favorite player, like America from this season. So let's get into it, guys. BP25. That was like the worst transition ever.
Wait, hold on.
And I think you might also be America's favorite player.
Well, is Big D also dad? Because does this hat have anything to do with your Instagram post?
Anyway, back to what we were talking
Wait, actually, side note, I did not know you posted that on Instagram because I don't really keep up. And I was just with Xavier a couple hours ago, and he was like, "Did you see Big D's post?" And I was like, what did he post? I was so scared. And he was like, "Just go look on his Instagram." And I was like,
I
need to hear Hannah's reaction. No, nobody care how you felt. Hannah, read them.
I said,
that's my husband.
Well, yes, you are in a committed relationship. I don't understand why you're flaunting your assets online. Assets. And for Hannah to see, plural.
How you make Hannah feel?
But not just that. My father follows you, and the Indian uncles follow you, and the aunties follow you. How do you think that makes me look, Big D?
Not Auntie Trish.
I didn't know that. Listen.
No, that's from the South African side. I'm talking about the Indian aunties and the Indian uncles. That's a whole other story.
Listen, I was feeling myself. I have been in the gym.
You could tell you was feeling it. Was you rubbing?
No, you can feel yourself in private. That's what you're.
Obviously, he was, and that's why how the picture got out there.
And I was trying to gather, because me and you talked, Tip. We said we can talk to other people. I was trying to gather the other bears.
Wait, you guys have an open marriage?
I don't even ever recall that kind of conversation. You with the wrong chick.
Well, you know what else is open?
Other people out there who are open to that. Oh, okay. So,
Big Brother is open. So
I forgot why we was here.
We have left off with Bowie Jane being HOH. Okay. We go into nomination ceremonies. We know that Felicia and Sari are on the block. Bowie Jane, he's made it clear that Sari is her target. Okay. People are playing.
Was she targeting Sari or was she targeting Felicia?
That's
I thought
what
she was targeting Felicia.
Saying. No, she said she was targeting Sari.
Oh, okay. Did she think that she had the votes to get Sari out the house? I don't know.
I think that because of what Cameron kind of going after, like talking about in the past about, targeting Sari, and we already know Bowie Jane didn't have nobody to fucking target. Wait, who was she targeting?
Wait, I thought Cameron was always targeting Felicia. Cam had never put Sari up on the block. I'm not sure if he ever really explored her as an option to go home.
How did y'all go back 2 weeks? I'm just trying to get there.
Hold on, we're not going back to. We're not going to.
Talking about Cameron.
2 weeks. Hold on. I'll just say this, Hannah. In the past, before Jared went home, real quick, Cameron wanted to backdoor Sari. Like, he was telling people, like, Sari needs to go. And then that's what Jared was like, you can't target my mother. So, like, in the green screens while Jared was there. So I think Bowie was still upset with the relationship that what happened a long time ago where Sari was just kind of like, girl, suck it up, and was planning to just target Sari. But in reality, Bowie Jane didn't have a real freaking target. Who she really, just her winning HOH was pointless. We know that. But look at it. It did work out in her advantage because obviously with this veto episode that we're talking about and skimming through real quick, Jag ends up winning the damn veto. Okay, this is also the Zimbot episode we're talking about. So we're talking about the iconic reads that we didn't get a chance to talk about, which I think was just very entertaining. Some of them were, okay?
Was this when you were on vacation?
I was not on vacation. I took a day off just like the rest of you two take days off all the time, okay? And the fans always go, we just want to hear Tiffany and Hannah sometimes. We're tired of seeing Big D. So they got their wish.
Big D, I wasn't aware that this was a 9-to-5 job where we had to report to the office 6 times a week.
Oh, you noticed about
it? Big D was like, I have never had a day off. You guys take days off all the time. It's like a weekly.
He put it in
Big
writing.
D, you're on mute.
He put it in writing. He put it in writing and sent it to us, y'all. He was like, I have never had a day off. You and Hannah have both had days off. I was like, don't call off Big D. Call off anytime you like.
Anytime. We literally film like a week. Stay off. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't want to take off because of the fact that I know, like, we all have, this is a commitment for all three of us, and the fans want to see all three of us. And look at us. Now we're about to hit 4K, and we're on our venture, on our road to 5K, so if people can help us get the 5K.
I have to give you your credit. Me and Hannah really do have it easy here. We got it good. We just show the fuck up. Big D puts in all the hard work. He does. And we follow suit. So Big D is the reason why we show up here every week, because if he didn't, me and Hannah almost wasn't here last week.
I believe it. I was nervous.
But on his day off, he was sending messages like,
I was
you
drunk
guys
too.
have to make sure what time are you two recording. I was like, I thought you was off.
No, I was drunk, like in the streets, drunk, like
worried about his babies. He over
going,
there with Adam
hey,
talking
Siri.
about happy birthday, Adam. I sure hope they show up. They know they got to. Did y'all know y'all have to record right? Because I'm with Adam. It's his birthday. It's his 30th birthday, and I'm drunk. But I wanted to make sure y'all was okay. Y'all okay, right? Y'all recorded? Okay. They recording anyway. Y'all done
But
yet? How long was it?
And I've never had a whole day off in my whole entire life because Tiffany and Hannah just work me to the bone. And you know why they do that? It's because I found it and I masterminded the whole cookout. And just like in the house, when I, carried them on my back, I am carrying them now. And honestly, Big D, you are right, because without you, Tiff and I, like she said, would probably not have shown up. You edit, you put together the thumbnail, you put together the description, you post, you promote, you tweet,
you made
Instagram.
that fucking title that they dragged me for on Twitter. So the downfall of Serena. I just didn't even say that.
No,
I think so silly.
I think I
the
made
titles
that.
come from Hannah.
I think I made
title.
yeah.
Well, they sure cut my head off. How do you feel now? How do you feel now? I feel great. Damn. What you mean? How do I feel now? Y'all don't cuss nobody else about their title.
Oh, Hannah was here 1 week, and I had to make the title for Cameron's entanglement, and I got ripped apart.
Wait, Hannah, what was you about to say?
Yeah, I was very confused by Cameron's entanglement. I was like, what does entanglement even mean? But, I mean, that title did what we wanted it to do. It generated a lot of buzz. People were talking about it. People were clicking on the video, and that video got a lot of views. So thank you guys. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, wait. Back to Bowie. Back to Bowie.
Okay, I just want to get through this.
People.
We have our OTAV. Okay, we're in the OTAV conversation. We all remember OTAV. I do want to say it's my third time watching Tiffany cry, and it cracks me up because I never knew that she was crying during our season when I was trying to get up the wall. But other than that, the ramp. Okay, this OTAV competition. I will say this, guys, real quick. It was very easy for them. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fact that they were able to walk up it without like the rope obviously tells
maybe they
you.
did that to cater towards everyone.
No, of course, yeah, and which is good. Which I'm happy for that. But I was kind of like,
episode, so I don't know what the fuck.
Oh God, not that. Scratch that. She has seen the episode. Yes, this is what we're doing. We're recapping. But if not, one of us has. So, the people that are in this competition, just to kind of go over it, is Miss Felicia, Matt, Sari, Jag, Bowie, America. This is just one of those competitions where they had pictures this time. They didn't have word and people's names, which I thought was great. They had like a picture in their name. So they're like, who's the person that went out third week, that da-da-da, whatever fucking rhymes they come up with, okay? And Jag ends up winning, okay? Jag wins the veto. Jag feels as though at this time that Bowie Jane's not going to pull the trigger. Jag and Matt are trying to make big moves.
I do have a question. I was wondering if we could talk about the zings really quickly. I want to know which zing was your guys' favorite.
My zing favorite. Big D, tell me what your zing was.
Okay, so my favorite zing was, of course, I mean, baby, I thought I was up there for a second doing this zing. I'm not going to lie, because Zingbot, basically took Cory, ripped him apart, and, shredded him through a shredder.
And put him back together just to take a saw. And
remind me of what Zingbot said.
Oh,
he basically sang the Star Spangled Banner, so the national anthem of this country, because America. But the entire time was just insulting Cory in every line. Called him short, called him wimpy, called him skinny, called him nerdy.
Called him ugly, called him pathetic, told him he can't play, he's the worst player in the game, he can't kiss, he's ugly, he needs to rip his mustache off, he's disgusting. They called him everything, basically.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this is a bit much, because I would say on our season, for our zings, they were mild. I would say the worst zing was probably Aza's zing, or maybe Alyssa's zing,
or
but
Claire's,
even
or
still,
mine. How you gonna call somebody?
But I mean,
But
here's the thing,
babe.
I mean,
and if Claire has big feet, then Claire has big feet. If I was not, a spade is a spade. Zingbot called me irrelevant. And then I went back, I watched the show. I wasn't really in the episodes that much. So, what Zingbot said was kind of true. I don't think Zingbot said anything too out of pocket.
So was Zingbot
on
right
our
about
season?
Cory?
No. I honestly would have probably cried had Zingbot said all of that to me, because it just kept going and going and going, and he's so young, and like he's still coming into his own. I'm sure he's probably still going through puberty. Big T. Why do you have beef? Why do you have beef with somebody more than a decade younger than you?
Yes, that's a young man. How you gonna beef with? Yes, he's 21 years old. Or 22.
Oh, okay.
You don't care?
Oh, that's Big T. That would be Big T. That would be like you having beef with me. That's crazy.
That would be crazy.
You in the house. But you're mature.
Yeah, I know, and that was crazy, and that's why he got ripped apart.
Wait.
No, you and I never had beef.
You're right, but also your maturity level and your sense of where you're at is completely different than Cory. I'm not saying he's not smart. All the more reason why you can't have
beef with him, because he's more immature. So it's like being a 16-year-old.
Listen, I don't have beef with him. I don't care for him. There's a difference. There's people like, when I watch TV, I go, oh, I love watching this person. When I watch him in America trying to play Dollhouse and shit like that, I don't have time for that. I'm too old for that. I ain't got time for watching. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching like stuff I shouldn't be watching. Like I feel like we're watching little kids, and it makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to see these two like make out. Like I feel like I'm watching underage, and this is a problem. That's what makes me uncomfortable. And then
it sounds nasty
also, too. Right. Then they're like in the shower, and she's dropping it low, and he's hiding.
They're not the first people to get it on in the Big Brother house. You didn't say nothing when Christian and Alyssa was kissing.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. I don't know. But what I will say this, power to them. You know, I know a lot of people love Cory in America. Good for them. They're not my favorite players, and that's okay. Like I said the other day, some people enjoy certain players and some people don't. A lot of people hate Big D. And
I'm sorry.
And there might and there might be a little handful of people that love Big D. And guess what? That's okay. And I'm all right with that. So they have to understand, even with me being an alum and watching the show, I don't have to goop, gag, and live for everybody, especially them. So I'm good. So I make it clear. I don't care for Bowie Jane. I don't care for America. And I don't care for Cory. And it's not because they're white, because I want to make that fucking queer. I just don't care for them. They're not entertaining to me. And that's it. Now, back to the zines. I think Cory had the worst zing, and that's all I have to say.
Amen. Yeah, I thought Cory's zing was way too harsh. And with America, they called her a cradle robber, which, yes, they do have a 5-year age gap, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. However, there have been so many showmances on the show, like Jeff and Jordan, Rachel Brendan, where there's quite literally a decade age gap between them, and production's silent then. Zingbot's silent then. So
they were cradle robbers too. Coming from a different perspective, and I know I probably get on people's nerve talking about I'm a mom, but that's the lens that I see people through. That's the lens that I see through. I see through a mother's eyes. I have for a long time. Like, I'm not a new mom. I'm a 16-year-old mom, and I was pregnant for a year. So shit. When I see this Cory in America relationship transpiring right before our eyes, and I see him as being a young 21-year-old, and I'm always looking at my son 16. He's getting ready to go off to college in a few years. Like, what's his experience going to be? I just had a whole sex ed conversation with him less than 4 hours ago. Like, do y'all have sex ed at your school? Well, let's just talk about this. You know, people do have BO, but certain stuff don't supposed to smell like certain stuff. Okay, like, I have real conversations with him. So when I see Cory in America,
glad you do.
For sure. I look at it. If it got bumps on it, you know, a hair bump from a cluster, that's different. Okay. So we have conversations all right. So when I see this young boy Cory on television at 21, and he's he's trying his best to be respectful, to care, and nobody has to agree with this. I watched it. That's my perception of it. Is he was like, I got boundaries. Hand holding is as far as I'm gonna go. I don't want to do all of that. He's like, he's got his family watching. His brother did TV. He's there to play a game. He's not trying to do that. And I see this young girl keep pressing. I'm not going to lie. I was disgusted because I think if that was my son, and first of all, we are humans and there's human nature, and you're not going to rub on something that's supposed to, that is supposed to feel good and expect it not to feel good. Something is going to happen. And I can't necessarily, put the two of them at the same fault, because I feel like had he not been pressed, I think he could have continued to maintain the boundaries that he had set. But he was pushed and tested, and he's only a 21-year-old young man, inexperienced. What do you expect him to do? So I don't fucking want to see it. Personally, I'm gonna shut up about it if I really tell how I feel.
Yes, let's not. We have said our opinions.
Let Hannah
say.
I was just gonna say something. Because this season, I've learned from last season, I've been really careful to really just comment on people's games.
That's like you coming up in there, Hannah, being like, I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want to do nothing more than this. I just want to hold hands. And somebody keep grinding, rubbing up against you, cuddling with you, laying on you, sleeping in your bed, grabbing your boob and rubbing their booty on you. Like, what the fuck?
I agree. It's not respectful of the boundaries that he set in place. But just from a game perspective, I really enjoyed watching the two of them as individuals before they got into a showmance.
Same.
I thought they were able to keep it light, flirtatious. It was cute. They were just two young, nerdy, fun individuals. And I thought they were really playing. So I was a huge fan of Cory and America as players.
I even liked them teaming up as Final Two. I did.
But as players, like from a friendship / flirtmance standpoint. Yeah. Now that they're in a showmance, I do feel like their comfort has just become so complacent. I don't see them actively gaming. They're a lot more, I guess.
You think they think about outside?
Exactly. Like their heads are just not in it as much as their heads were at one point in the game. I feel like they've lost their grip on the game. Because they're distracted. And that's why it's not as fun to watch them as players anymore. And they've just become, like I said, so comfortable in that house. And the second you start thinking that your position is comfortable and you aren't going anywhere, you're about to go on that block. And that kind of brings us to this week. So I'm excited to talk about it.
No, it does. And just to go through, like I said, we're always talking about game on this show, but we also going to keep it real when you're going to keep it real. If you ask them what our feelings are or how we feel, as a viewer, this is how I feel. That doesn't mean my opinion affects anybody else on this show. I just want to make that clear, and I think we all feel that way. We all have different views, different lifestyles. That's what makes us all unique, because we all come from different backgrounds, and this is why we put this show together to talk, because we're not always going to agree on everything. So, like I said, did anybody else say anything else about their zings that they liked? Did any other zings stun? I think Miss Felicia's was very weak. I don't think we should have talked about her wrinkles. That was the only thing I thought was just like,
I'm sorry.
Why are we? Yeah, they talked about her wrinkles. They say, yeah, she has wrinkles. I don't know who's writing these jokes, but it's...
Get 63. You get 63. Get 63 first. Then talk about somebody who been there.
Yeah,
she also doesn't have wrinkles.
She doesn't.
Okay, she looks great.
Oh, well, then you know what? Then it doesn't matter. I take it back. Because if somebody called me wrinkled, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not. Like, I don't care. But if I had them, I might be like, fuck. I mean, I got a few, but whatever.
Well, I will say this. We have to remember, and I'm going to move on to the next thing. You have to remember that production is a part of writing these jokes, of course. So it's like, I feel like when the jokes are written, I think it really tells you how they might feel about you, because our jokes were weak, and I think that's because production liked us. They were like, we can't really say
Don't say
anything
that.
bad
No,
about
they didn't.
the cooking.
They didn't like us. Anyway, moving right
Anyway,
along.
so
Who got
yes,
evicted
Jag,
so we can get to
so
this
yes, so Jag used the veto because he felt like Bowie Jane was not going to pull the trigger because Jag and Matt are running this house. They want Cameron gone. They use the veto. Cameron obviously pisses off Bowie. Bowie ends up making him replacement nominee. Cameron goes up, and Cameron does what he does best. He goes around, he's dropping bugs, he's trying to get in everybody's ear. He actually gives Sari a lot of information about what's happening on both sides of the house because he's kind of like, hey, my game is over. I need to make sure I give it to somebody else to kind of keep going. Okay, so he gives her information about how like Blue and Matt and Jag and then Cory and America, things that she was trying to piece together that just helped. Okay, Cameron goes home. Okay.
Yes, okay, so Cameron, our comp beast of the season, goes home this week. Of course, us at the Royalty, we got the chance to chat with Cameron, not face-to-face. We got to submit a question. And I personally wanted to know about his little anti-Matt, anti-Jag crusade campaign, whatever you want to call it, on his way out. Because on his way out, Big D, you mentioned that he was like trying to set Sari up. I don't know if he was coming from the position of, oh, I want Sari to go far, as much as it was, I feel like Matt and Jag betrayed me, and so I want to do what I can to kind of spice things up so they don't just steamroll till the very end because I'm bitter. That's sort of how I took it. That's what I wanted to know from Cameron. And so, Cameron, tell us what you think.
I believe it caught traction. No, I don't think that anything that I could have done was going to get me off of that block once I was on it. Once I got on it, people realized, hey, we got a shot right here. Let's go ahead and take the shot right now. I don't think there was anything that I could have done. It wasn't necessarily a campaign that I went around and it was just basically just talking, saying, hey, here's why I did what I did. Here's what's really going on. And you do with the information what you will. I want to see a good game. It's going to get crazy. So let's have a good time. Other than that, I don't think I did a whole lot. Who do I want to see coming into the jury house after me? Honestly, the people that I want to see the most are the people that I want to hang out with and chill. And those are the people that I want to go the distance. So I want Matt and Jack to stay in as long as they can. Everyone else can come on and stop by the house.
Well, okay. Thank you, Cameron. I guess it makes sense that he would be rooting for Matt and Jag. He tried to work with them all the way through to listening to them about not putting Cory up, which was actually the biggest mistake he could have made. He was really trying to gain trust, but he just was never going to get in there. So I guess he respects the game.
Yeah, and I mean, I also think because his game relied so much on comp wins, and Matt and Jag are the only other two people in the house that have really won comps, with the exception of Bowie and Felicia, because let's give credit where credit's due. So I think Cam maybe just gravitates towards that style of gameplay the most. He sees them as the other two compies. He wants them at the end because that's the game he played. But what that tells me is that if Matt and or Jag makes it to the end, they have Cameron's vote. And Cameron's the first person in jury, and I do feel like that first juror does tend to set the tone for the rest of the jury members to walk in. And so I could definitely see the jury becoming pro Matt and or pro Jag. I thought it was interesting because I wasn't sure what Cameron was going to say. Cameron's a bit of a wild card.
Well, with him giving those answers, I agree with both of you guys were saying. So we end the episode with it being there was like an explosion in the HOH room, and it ends up being like, I guess like this frostbite, like this comic. I don't know what it is, but lo and behold, it's comic book week, guys, which I think is probably one of our favorite weeks because it was just the six of us when we got down to comic book week. Okay,
that's so cool. They should have gave us our own comic book cover, but we made one.
Yes, we did. I wish I could put all six of ours together. That would be great. But
remember
what?
The picture that we took in the living room.
Yes. I actually screenshotted it because I was like, I'm going to share it on my story tomorrow, just to be cute. Whatever. Anyway, but it's comic book week, okay? So we go into this week. They have a competition this week. The competition this week, of course, is the famous, what we played with matching the comics and them trying to figure out what is right, what is wrong, which I know I'm sorry, Tiff, I know it's a little bit of PTSD for you.
It's traumatic. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
It was one of my favorite competitions, and I really screwed it up. And I don't know. It took my confidence, and it's been gone since.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, you don't have your comic?
No, my confidence.
Her confidence.
Oh, your confidence. Oh, I was like, what happened to your comic? Who cares about the confidence? What happened to your comic?
Ask the illustrator what happened to my comic. Why did I have these big ass teeth?
I was just gonna say, I feel like they did the black people on our season so dirty. Maybe with the exception of like me and Azza and Big D. Me, Azza, and Big D look good, but I don't know why they gave you, Xavier, and Kylan such big teeth.
Hey, they got my cheek perfect though. Look.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a comic, so it's supposed to be a little bit like, whimsical. So
mine looked exactly like me.
No, Hannah, yours looked like a damn porn star, and I was like, that is not Hannah.
No, I mean my face. Oh,
Hannah,
yeah,
because didn't you have them titties out?
Yeah, those titties were out.
You was out there acting
there
like
is
young
nothing.
Go ahead, Coochie.
I'm not here in Miami. Wait, stop. Tell me why. Wait, so I was just at the Bears game with my family, and like I said, I was with Xavier and Kenzie too. And tell me why we were playing City Girls.
Honey, tell me why your dad, I already know what he was doing. He was like, with his cup.
No, my dad was like this. Because all of the Punjabis, this is the only dance move they know. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His dad was at her graduation like, shut. Then he changed it. He said, shut.
Yeah, he made his own remix.
Unhinged. No, my dad was taking shots with all my friends without me all day.
He was like, don't let them fans tell you about getting older. I'm still living my best life. He sure is, honey. And Hannah mama's still fine and funny. She said, he didn't got no money. I said,
Yeah, she's funny as shit. Yeah, she's funny. That's where Hannah get her little her wit from.
Quick-witted,
my little sass from.
Yeah, your mother. Yeah. I love your mom. She's great. She's great.
I don't know. Hannah daddy he got a smart mouth too.
Yeah, but I love how blunt he is too. He's very blunt.
I said, how did you feel about her when she's going on Big Brother? I don't care. I tell my kids they can do whatever they want to do. She can go. She wants to go on Big Brother. She can go on Big Brother. Now she want to do cocaine. It's no. I said, what the fuck did he just say?
We can't get off topic. This is what happens with all three of us here. We have to go back. Okay, so obviously, it's matching up the comic books. I want to shout out that this was probably my proudest moment because I finally beat Hannah in something by 1 minute. It was just so great. It was just such a...
No, it was 1 second. It was 1 second. Let's not get carried away. It's so different than a minute.
Big D, you was hauling ass, wasn't you?
I was hauling ass because Kyla made me so fucking mad. I was hauling ass. I never moved so quickly in my life, sweating and dying. My big ass swinging.
Well, with the exception of Tiffany getting "Lemonade" by Beyonce as her first HOH album. Yeah, I've never seen you move that fast.
You were shaking.
I move fast in the egg competition too. Those are the three I really did move fast.
Did nobody have to move fast in the egg competition?
I was moving. I was singing Billie Eilish and moving. You can ask Hannah. I was singing the whole time. Okay. Anyway, so
you were.
He was like, I was the itsy bitsy spider king. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
I probably should have sung that. I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future. But anyway, listen. So, Jag wins. We also find out this week is a secret HOH. I can't believe that. Which good for him. Congratulations. I just wish somebody else could have got this secret win.
I just wish they wouldn't have made a secret HOH of physical comp, like nobody can figure out who won. But I don't about production.
Miss Felicia winning BB Comics, Miss Cerie winning BB Comics. Come on now. That was unfair. It was unfair. Mm-hmm. It was inequitable. I would have liked a different, maybe more like skill-based comp to be the invisible HOH.
Even that something. One thing you did. Remember that comp you did on your the little game we had to play when you went in and it had to be quiet and y'all got points for how loud it was.
Yeah, when Hannah was throwing up. Never forget it. Yes. She's like, what? I don't remember. The casino theme where it was like it was Christian. I don't know if Hannah didn't do that one, I don't think.
Wild card comp, Hannah, your wild card comp.
Oh, the one that I participated in?
Yes. I'm saying it could have been something like that, where like they put them in a room, they get time for how loud or how quiet you can be. Like, that's something that everybody should be able to do, but you know everybody's not going to be able to do it. Like Big D wasn't going to squeeze through there and not make no noise. But we understand.
You don't know what I could do, just like you don't know, because I did great on the balance beam. I have great balance. Have you seen me? I'm very flexible, okay?
Okay, gentle giant.
Not gentle giant.
Oh, okay. So Jag wins anonymous HOH, and he nominates Blue and Felicia. And he immediately tells more people than he needs to that he's won this anonymous HOH. So yeah, Jag has nominated Blue, as Cameron told her he would. And I think that Blue is his target right now. And Miss Felicia, I think she's just like the surrogate pawn.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for Miss Felicia. I can't imagine, she's just packing up these suitcases every damn week. Like, she probably don't have them unpacked. She probably just keeping them in the damn room at this point. I mean, I know the feeling, girl. It's a lot. It's a lot, okay? But you know
put
what?
on the block once. But what was I gonna say about Miss Felicia? Oh yes. With Miss Felicia, I feel like she has 9 lives. She sat on the block 5 times now, I want to say. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I really hope that one of the two vetoes is used on her, because the house guests were told that along with having an invisible HOH, there's going to be 2 vetoes up for grabs. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out. That's going to be on Tuesday night's episode. But maybe Jag is just thinking, let me go with the 2 safest noms. Let me go with the 2 people I think are the least likely to win veto. He probably doesn't want to be too risky with his nominations before he knows exactly how those 2 vetoes are going to come into the fold and affect the game. I could also just be overestimating his prowess as a player. Maybe he truly is targeting Blue. I don't know why. I don't know why he finds Blue so untrustworthy, and yet Blue's over here like, Jag's my number one. I've never seen that much disconnect between 2 players, and I'm trying to figure out if it's because Blue is just very oblivious and imperceptive, or Jag has incredibly bad reads, or maybe it's both. What do you guys think?
Jag has incredibly bad decisions, period.
Fuck.
But people still see him as this mastermind, and he was able to go from being evicted to all of a sudden, because everyone's kind of
because
dumb.
There's no one else in the house.
Okay, say it again, Seth, because I say this every time.
There's
Every time
no
somebody comes
one
up to me.
playing. The Cory and America are in a showman's off, waiting to meet each other's parents and travel the damn world. They don't know what the hell. They forgot they was playing the game. They are completely checked out. This is the longest game Saria's ever played in her life. She is the only one gaming. That's only because Sari can game in her sleep. Felicia, of course, would make moves if she could, but she don't have an army behind her. Blue don't even know. She just figured out that she was on Big Brother, and there's nobody left to game. So yes, Jag and Matt are gaming. That's the only reason it looks like that. This is the most passive house I've ever seen. It's almost like they said, we're going to get Sari in here to play, and we're going to put every passive player, with the exception of maybe 2, in here this season. I've never seen a house where nobody wants to make a damn decision. A good one. Sorry.
Yeah, and they also tell each other.
Talking too much.
They tell each other everything. Tiff, I think you said this a couple weeks ago. Diarrhea of the mouth.
This would be the best house to live in. Oh no. My God.
I wouldn't want to.
So comfortable.
I don't know about comfort, but I was just going to say, I think anybody from our cast could run circles around this cast, maybe with the exception of Sari.
Yeah, because all you
Like, I don't think any of us
HOH in this game.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, they're just... And Mimi was perceptive. She just didn't do anything about her reads. Mm-hmm. But in terms of fooling anybody else, this cast isn't... This cast kind of consists of, like, bumpkins. But I digress. I do want to point out one last thing before we transition to Survivor and I head out. But yes. Cameron said something about how he thinks Jag is playing the best game. Now, to me, Jag and Matt are obviously a duo. I always felt like Matt was perceived as the stronger, more likable player. But it does seem like people are attributing that label of the mastermind to Jag, and Matt's just the accomplice. So I, again, before Cam's exit interview, thought, like, if Jag and Matt are final two, Matt's winning. Everyone loves him. He hasn't done anything to tank his game.
He should. I believe that Matt...
I don't know.
Here's why I say he should. Matt has not even ever been evicted. I'm trying to remember if he's ever even been nominated. He's never sat on the block. He's never sat on the block. He's never been evicted. He's never been anyone's main target. He has that at the very least over Jag, who has already been nominated, on the block, and evicted. Okay? The only reason he's back in the house is because of Matt. He is viewed as the mastermind because Matt is not taking credit for any of his any moves. He's always throwing, kind of insinuating that it's Jag, so Jag gets like the backlash, if there's any, when any kind of decision is being made. But that also is giving Matt a lot of credit when they're still there and things are going according to plan. So the credit is going to Jag and not Matt. So I can see the house thinking that it's Jag that's doing this, but it's Matt and Jag. The only thing that Jag, not the only thing, but one of the things that Matt is at fault for, though, is like not stepping up and making a real decision when he should. Like when Cameron wanted to get Cory out, he wanted to get Cory out, and Matt should have just said, I want to get Cory out. But it didn't matter. It didn't affect his game. He wasn't in danger, so he didn't press on it either way it goes. I think Matt is the one who is playing the better game. I think he is playing the better game. So I would agree. Here's the thing: he has a shot if he can articulate that in the final two. That was what would set him apart from Jag. If he can set his game apart.
I think that it's probably... I do believe that Matt is playing the cleaner, more seamless game. However, he hasn't really been forced to be active in the game because he's never really had his back against the wall. And yes, that's impressive in and of itself, but the fact that Jag was able to go from being evicted unanimously to now coming back into the game and people think he's running the show, that to me, if he's able to, again, articulate that and be eloquent about it and be impassioned about it when he's communicating that to a jury, I think that's going to get him the win. And the last thing I'm going to say about this is it's kind of easy for you to not pop up on anybody's radar if you're not doing anything. Like, I don't see Matt really talking game. Matt just kind of sits and listens. He doesn't offer anything. He's just not really like doing anything to me. How are you going to do something wrong?
But he keeps his connections. He keeps his relationships sealed. His relationships are locked tight, even to the point of he knew Jag was better for his game. He allowed Jag to get evicted, won that power, made the decision to bring Jag back for his own game. And so if he's able to incorporate why that was a good move and why it was a good move to tie himself to Jag and to make it look like Jag was doing all of this, he's got to do like a reverse Cody right now. But my thing is, y'all didn't even want him here. He was evicted. I mean, he left this house. He didn't have to leave. I wish they would have made him walk out the door because that makes a difference. It makes it like more real. You don't really feel like you got evicted and you left if you never walked out that front door. I'd be like, I didn't know. I ain't walk out. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I do have to say this. I just want to chime in real quick. I do agree with what you're saying, Tiffany. Hannah, I do have to disagree with you. I'm so sorry. I feel like relationships do play a big key into things and whatnot. And with Matt, if you think about it, he has such a close relationship with Sari that Jack doesn't even know about how close his relationship is with Sari. So I think even though Matt is not winning a HOH, Matt has won, if I'm correct, he's won a veto. You know, he's brought, like Tiffany said, he's brought back Jag. I think Matt is the better player than Jag, but that's just my
1,000%.
opinion.
Everybody in this house is the better player. I don't care what the production trying to make y'all believe.
I do have to go, but I'm agreeing with you guys. I do think that Matt is the better player of the two. I'm just saying that if they end up getting to the end, I think that Jag is probably going to win against Matt. That's all I'm saying.
Because the house sees it different. Just like us on the outside would be like if Sari sits in final two, she wins next to anybody. But I think people in the house think differently. They don't, because they don't see her game. We see it. They don't see it.
Correct.
You got to go, Hannah, baby.
Hannah, have a safe flight. Well,
thank you so much, guys.
I'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, I'll see you on Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
We're going to Todrick's concert.
Oh, we didn't tell Tiffany.
It's okay. It's okay.
Tiff, you want to come?
No, I like not knowing because I know I can't come, and then it makes me not feel bad that I can't come. So don't even tell me. Don't invite me nowhere.
Okay, we aren't going to Todrick's concert then.
We're not going to Todrick's concert.
Okay.
Will do. Bye, guys. Baby. Love you both.
Bye. I really love the way you're making me wait so long. Now that really
Go out, Tiff. You just wanted to be on American Idol. You just didn't want to tell anybody.
It's time. As long as I don't have to know the words to none of the songs and I can't really sing, then hell yeah, I do it.
Okay, Tiff, we are here to talk about our favorite segment where we can watch real game players and have a lot of fun. Okay.
Real fun, real entertainment.
Real
no
entertainment.
No sex in the sand.
Not no sex in the sand. Now, we have Survivor 45, okay? If you guys have not been watching Survivor 45, don't worry. Me and Tiffany are going to catch you guys up. And after this, y'all need to watch it so y'all can chime in and enjoy our conversation with us. We have this episode called No Man Left Behind. Now, your favorite player of all time, Tiffany, Brandon, left last week, okay? Your favorite entertainer to watch, okay? Squiggly arms, as you called him. It's like the muscle just, I don't know.
Squiggly arms, Jesus.
Girl, you said something last week I was watching when I was editing, and you said it's just like when it's time for him to perform, his muscles just disappear.
They run. They said, I'm out of here, Joe.
So we start with this episode, okay? Sabria and Emily are back in the tribe having a conversation. Shit. Sabaya and Emily are back at the tribe, okay? Sabaya and Emily are having a conversation about, what just went down with tribe, with Brandon going down. Not going down, but leaving. Sabaya is nice enough. She gives back Emily her shot in the dark. Because Emily said, hey, I'm going to give you my shot in the dark to trust that I'm not going to play it if you guys keep me, okay? Emily is also questioning everyone. Emily is having an Emily moment, as we see.
Emily is smart. She like, y'all ain't pulling no wool over my eyes. What happened to them other votes?
Girl, she was on it, and she was questioning, and she was in her full Emily mode.
She went corporate.
She did go corporate, okay? And Caleb is like trying to get Emily to like chill out. Like just calm down. Now, Emily just kind of at that point just realized I have to let it go. At least I know. And Sabria still does not tell her that she doesn't have a vote, okay? I think we need to keep this embedded. Let's remember this, take notes, because I think it's going to add up to later on when we talk about this. They cut to the Bello tribe, if I'm saying that correctly, the Blue tribe, where Jack takes a tumble in the fucking fire.
Okay, that was so crazy. I had to watch that twice. I was like, what the heck just happened? But then he clarifies, like, you're out here with no food. You're dehydrated. You're not well rested. It's your body is going through shock. But that still scared me.
It was very scary, Tiff. And that's dehydration. And also think about the smoke. He's above the smoke. He's inhaling this
Inhaling it.
smoke, and it probably made him lightheaded. And baby, when he had Doom, I'm glad that he didn't seriously get hurt.
Yeah,
Because
like
when
fall in
people
the
fall into
fire.
the fire,
Yeah.
sometimes they're there for a couple seconds, you
Yeah.
know, like you could really hurt themselves and get crazy burn. Okay. This also oddly worked in his favor because then Jack was able to align. I forgot her name. Shit. Damn, what's her name? Freaking A. Damn it. I don't know. Tall white girl with brown hair.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't know her name either.
I can't
Hold
remember her.
on. Let me look up the Survivor cast.
Please look at the
Damn.
Survivor cast for me real quick, just so we can I
got
can
you.
make that
I
note.
got you.
Because she has a conversation with him, which I thought was really important. She has a conversation with him to kind of let him know, like, she felt bad for him. And she, in the moment, remember, she was working with the other two girls on her tribe, and they were planning to just be all women alliance. And she found it upon herself to say, you know what? Hey, Jack, me and you, I feel like we have a lot in common. They go off on a walk, they talk after he falls in the fire, and she ends up aligning with him. Okay. And she kind of brings him in with the rest of the girls.
No. Here it is. Julie,
yes, Julie and Jack. They have that moment together. And she also brings this
right?
news. No, it ain't her. Damn, Tip.
What?
Not her. We ain't there yet. No, we're not there yet.
Okay.
Let me. But one of the girls in the Bolo tribe, I'm so sorry, audience, but
Bello,
you know who I'm talking about, okay? Bello and tribe, you know, the all women alliance, you know, Jack and her come together, okay? Let's move on. We get to Reba tribe, okay? Austin and Drew, you know, we love Drew. We are Stan
Reba.
Drew.
It's not Reba. Oh, it is Reba. Sorry. Go ahead.
Austin and Drew are trying to figure out where this hidden immunity idol is, okay? They're keeping it from their other two alliance members and within their alliance, which is Dee and Mama Julie that you just showed us, Tiff. Trying to keep it away from them knowing what's going on. You know, of course, them being secretive, Dee and Mama Julie end up seeing our boy Drew digging, and they come up with some type of scenario to blame it on Sifu or Stafu.
Sifu.
Okay, Sifu. They end up, Drew says, oh, I saw Sifu digging and doing some karate crazy shit. And I wanted to dig and figure out what he was doing, like Kung Fu Panda in the dirts, okay?
And they had already had their eye on Drew, and they knew Drew was over there digging, and they saw him first, and damn, Drew.
I don't know. It was a bad call. It was a bad call. Dee and Mama Julie are kind of like, they don't know if they could trust Drew. They don't know if they could trust Austin. Yeah. But, after having the conversation, we'll get to that a little bit later, okay? We get to the reward challenge. The reward challenge is for fruit. There's one big massive fruit. There's a smaller middle fruit. And then obviously you don't get shit if you come in third. Okay. The goal is to get the 3 rings from their cart and get it through the obstacle and get it on to throw these rings onto like this fork type of object. First and second place get fruit platters. Okay. The first tribe to win, which was great, was Lulu.
And their
Lulu
first
won.
win ever of the season of anything.
They needed it because they still ain't got no damn fire. Remember that, so they can't even cook anything. Okay, so that fruit.
Well, they don't have. They can't. They don't have nothing to catch, nothing to cook. So they don't need to cook nothing.
Well, there could be stuff on the island for them to eat.
Well, they can eat that cold.
Oh shit, not eat a cold. Anyway, so they end up winning, okay? But what comes with this award is that the winning tribe is able to send another player to another tribe to steal whatever they want, which can cause chaos. Now, Tiff, in this moment, when you go to another tribe, be honest, Tiff.
Yes.
Do you go and just go take something and, be all lolly-da, or do you go and take something and cause some chaos?
I am going. Hey, I get to get away from my island and my people. I'm about to kick it. What y'all doing? How you doing? What's up, Cousin Pete? How you doing? What y'all doing over here? I'm making conversation. I'm making sure I get to peep the scene, see who working with who. I'm getting all the information I can. I'm trying to make a friend at the merge. You know what I'm saying? Am I kicking up dust? Am I making a ruckus? I mean, I don't think I would drop a gem like, yeah, we merge and Emily will be here. We got to get rid of her. I don't know that I would do that because I don't know these people like that. I think I'd keep my cards to my chest. I don't want to put a target on my back. But my goal would be to come and leave a little something, like some love and some of myself, and maybe and take something, which is what I came to take, my supplies, but also take some of y'all trust in me, keep me there,
Okay, I'm here for it. I agree. I definitely would make some relationships, but I might still take a piece of wood and make that barrier just fall as I leave. Why not cause a little chaos?
Yeah. So on the merge, when they see you, you the first one.
No, I don't even know what happened. I accidentally fell into it. Accidentally. You have to do things just accidentally sometimes, and it works out in your favor.
So you're a saboteur.
I'm a saboteur. Yes, that's how I am. I'm a very good saboteur. Just drop a little.
See, I come to build, not to destroy.
I would build, but also I can't help them so clumsy. So, Lulu ends up winning, okay? Caleb is the one they decide to vote to go to another tribe. He ends up picking Reba. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ends up picking Reba. And while he's there, he ends up making a lot of relationships. Mm-hmm. He also, tries to, just kind of make, see who wants, because he also has a power. Oh my God, I forgot about the power. He has a power. So, Caleb has a power. He ends up giving his power to Drew, which once again, we love our boy Drew. So he's making good relationships and whatnot. We're gonna have to share Drew, by the way, Tiff, because Drew on his bio says Philadelphia.
I don't care. Drew verbally said out of his mouth, "Let me DM him right now. I need him to clear this up. Let me find this young man."
Not me and you having a beef over Drew. Can't we just share him?
No, we're not having a beef. I just want to clear it up. I need him to clear up for me. Drew, let me just. Hey, Drew, will you please clear up for me and Big D where you are from? Period. Your description on Survivor says Philadelphia, and that's fine and all. But out of your mouth on season 45, episode 1, you said to your tribe that you are from Metro Detroit. Now, I'm claiming you. What set are you claiming? Question mark.
Now, wait, hold on. Now, when Tiffany texts somebody and goes, "I'm claiming you," of course they're going to sit there and go with what Tiffany wants to do. Haven't we learned that, guys? We're watching Tiffany on Big Brother. Have we not learned our lesson?
He can't lie and say he's from somewhere he ain't.
Anyway, Tiffany. So Drew ends up giving Drew his power because he wants to build a relationship with him. I feel like they kind of related in some type of way, which I think really did help. Okay. After the immunity challenge, okay. Excuse me, it wasn't an immunity challenge. I'm so sorry. After a reward challenge, Caleb ends up taking fishnets. Not fishnets, Jesus Christ. He ain't putting no fishnets. Not fishnets. Jesus Christ. He ends up taking stuff that he needs to take to the island, okay?
It wasn't stockings.
Shut up. Caleb is also a salesperson, he mentions, which I think plays a lot. I want to shout out to the salespeople because the salespeople really do good in the game of competition shows, okay? So he pointed that out, and I really want to give a lot of shout out to that, okay? Drew decides, after he gets his advantage from Caleb, he tells his alliance about the advantage that he needs to find for, the advantage that he gets from Caleb, which I found very interesting. Why? I don't know why he did that. He said to gain trust from Mama Julie and D, because they saw him digging earlier to cover his tracks. Do you think that was the smart move for him to tell them about the advantage he just got from this stranger from a different tribe?
I think Drew knows that he can be viewed as a threat in this game, whether it's his physical attributes or he just really does know that he's smart. And sometimes you think other people know things about you too. And I'm sure it's not hard to tell that he's a nerd. So he is trying to do the one thing he just can do to minimize his threat level and build trust. And that's just be honest. So he's like, if I am honest with you about things that other people wouldn't be, then why would you ever think that I'm lying about something that I'm going to lie about to you? So I understand why he's doing it. Would that be my strategy? Maybe not. But he probably wants to minimize at best his threat level by just being like, oh yeah, I've got to tell you guys this. And then they'll just believe that he's always telling them everything there is to know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree with that. We cut to Sabria and Sean. Sabaya and Sean telling Emily that they want to get rid of Caleb, which put Emily in like a whirlwind of what is going on.
Because they have no idea that
Right.
Emily and Caleb have built this relationship, that Caleb is working with her, that she has somebody to fall back on. And so that's kind of like the first mistake, which is ostracizing her, leaving her out to be picked up by someone on such a small tribe, and not considering that someone may have gotten to her, but then also trying to pull her in to vote with you and do your bidding when you haven't promised her anything. You haven't helped her in any way, but you didn't vote her out. But I mean, come on, your options were so right out there. Hannah quit and Brandon was a liability. So
No, of course. I agree.
yeah, I think that them revealing that to her, had Caleb not jumped in front of that and been proactive and established a relationship with her, she would have been going any way she could have fit in. But she has more of a lock with Caleb.
Yes,
Than
which we're going to get into that.
And Sean, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that threw her for a big loop when they said that. The ladies of Bello are trying to figure out what guy they want to get out. They haven't figured that out yet.
All
who they
of
want.
them.
They all went or I think they kind of feel a little close to Jake.
They do now. They did want him out before because he was a lawyer, but now they're like, he almost died in the fire. I like him.
It looks like they're kind of. I mean, what's her name? Is it Katrandra? Did I say that right? Katira. She is. I mean, she's on Bruce's ass. She wants Bruce out as soon as possible. She ain't letting up on him. Okay,
she said I'm not a lawyer for no reason.
Right, she's not playing. Okay, Mama Julie and D come together, and Drew does tell them, and Austin come up with a way of telling them about the advantage that they're trying to find so he can get his vote back. They decide to help them. They find a hammer and they end up finding the immunity idol for him so he can have his vote back. The immunity challenge. Okay, we get to the immunity challenge. They have to get keys to do a puzzle, as always, which we love. They have to take this cart apart. Girl, they had to take this cart apart,
Paul,
put it back together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had went back. I'm sorry. I do want to ask this though, because I watched this with Christian the other day. Why they show Brandon walking across those rocks when he had to go off on the boat and he fell in those rocks like that? I know we missed it last time, but anyway, go ahead, your turn.
Because Brandon is the star of season 45.
Damn, I could have kept watching him.
They better call him for the challenge next season, or I'm gonna be very disappointed. I'm gonna be very
put him with me. I need somebody big and strong.
Jesus Christ, not that. Anyway, so they help him find it. They find the immunity. Okay, we're in this immunity challenge. They had to take the car apart, put it through the obstacle, and then they had to put together a massive puzzle. Now, Jeff, motherfucking Probst. Okay, Jeff, motherfucking Probst. They are doing this puzzle, okay? And Jeff commentary at this point is like, once again, Lulu can't figure it out. They're not even in it at this point. It don't even matter because Reba and Bella over here are going head to head and they are actually working on the puzzle and they are the best at this game. But Lulu, you know what they are? They're losers, like L for losers. They can't do nothing in this. They're so far behind, they're out of it. Jeff. It's just ripping.
I don't know how. I would really legitimately be like, shut the fuck up, Jeff.
Same.
He'd be like, and I really pissed off Tiffany. Tiffany's upset. I don't know why she's upset with me. I'm not on her tribe.
Fuck. Seriously. No, seriously. He's unhinged. I'm listening to the commentary and I'm just like, damn, like how do you concentrate? How do you feel motivated?
You gotta tune that shit out.
Jeff is reading them. Yes, so that brings me to, yes, Lulu loses again. Sabaya ends up telling Emily to write Caleb's name down. They get back to tribe. It's only 4 of them left. It's Sabaya, Caleb, Emily, and Sean.
Yeah.
Sabaya tells Emily. Emily's like, sure. Sabaya comes up to Caleb. Caleb and Sabaya come up with a plan. They're going to say each other's names to throw off Emily. We're all voting Emily. Like you said earlier, Tiff, Emily is more loyal to Caleb because Caleb's the only one which helped him, like you said, saved his game, like making a relationship with her.
Vying for her loyalty. It's not like they're over here saying this and Caleb's over here saying this and she's got to choose. Caleb's the only one saying anything to her, so he's her only choice, really.
Correct. Emily, with her sweet puppy dog eyes, she goes and warns Caleb, they're going to vote you out. It's not a part of the plan. They're going to vote you out. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Sabaya walks up in this motherfucking tribe. Okay? Now, Sabaya is playing a hard game.
Pause, because before we get to tribal, Sabaya and Caleb do come up with this agreement that they're going to say each other's names. When Emily tells Caleb, he is kind of wondering how the truth of this matter, that they're going to vote him out. So he's really got to take a shot in the dark because he was with Sean and Sabaya from the beginning. And here Emily is telling him something that he's got to decide on if she's being honest or if she's just falling for what the plan that him and Sabaya came up with, or that Sabaya came up with and shared with him. But he also knows that before they get to tribal, Sabaya plans to melt her candle at tribal so she can have her idol. So yes, they get to tribal.
No, and they get the tribal. Thank you so much, Tiff. Sabaya throws, baby. She throws this candle. I've never seen anything like this in Survivor. Ever. She throws this candle in the fire. And Jeff looking like, girl, that's my fire. What the fuck are you doing?
Come up in my shit. If you want to use my fire, you have to ask.
You didn't even ask. You just threw it in there. Like, what the fuck?
You need some fire?
Right. You need to win it. You didn't win your fire because your team sucks. And y'all losers. Because y'all Lulu.
You're winless.
You're
And
winless.
Lulu, who's winless. I said, damn. Jeff, I hadn't even heard that word before.
Winless. That's a new one. Winless. Okay. She throws it in there. So, Jeff is like, oh, girl, you think we're not going to talk about it?
Well, let's talk
about it. Okay. Yeah. And she explains that, she doesn't have her vote, which I will say this. I think Sabaya, if she would have not thrown that in there, maybe things could have turned out a little differently, which we'll get to. But she explains.
I think things were going to always be that way.
You think so? Because let me tell you something. I think Caleb, even when she said it back at the tribe, like I would have just not used my vote and let Caleb and Sean get rid of Emily, and I think he would have trusted her then. Mm-mm. But her talking about throwing in that candle, I think kind of messed it up.
I think he knew that was the plan, though. That's why she told him that before they got to tribal. So it wasn't a surprise that she was going to do that and that she had it. She had been upfront with him about everything, with the exception of her and Sean were going to convince Emily to really write down Caleb's name. I think Caleb really believed what Emily was saying, what Emily was saying was true. Yes. And I think that he looked at Sabaya, and so there's something that we don't account for when we're watching like the edit and how things get taken out and how you can't really read the room because we don't have all the information. But you and I played a game together, and you know how it feels when somebody is going on the block or somebody's on the block. You know how we kind of move differently around people that are on the block, because especially if we knew they were leaving, to us it was almost like they're gone. That's why we can talk about them like, yeah, so next week when such and such isn't here, not that. And my whole point is, what I'm saying is, if Sabaya and Sean were actually considering for real writing down Caleb's name, then maybe they were moving a little differently with him that made him feel like, I might need to write Sabaya down. I don't think that he got to tribe and the tribal, and maybe he was weighing some options, but I don't think her not throwing that in was going to change it, because she'd already told him she was. If anything, it would have changed Sean's mind.
No, I guess no. Tiff,
but we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We give them some live feeds. I bet you everybody be feeling different. Survivor live feeds. Okay, I bet you they'll be looking at these players differently. But anyway, that's another conversation. Sabaya is just. She explains why she threw her wax in the fire. She gets the immunity. She reads it out loud because Jeff is like, oh, girl, share it with the class because you already used my fire. So let's talk about it. And Caleb and Emily write down Sabaya. And Sabaya also, because she's greedy and she was really thinking like she was running the show, she decides to not use her immunity, because if she doesn't use her immunity idol, it would last her when she gets to the merge. And that also throwing her vote away. So then she was leaving it on for, she was putting her trust in Caleb to write down Emily, just like Sean wrote down Emily. And Sabaya ends up going home with the idol
in her pocket. And
I've been like, hey, can I get that idol?
Same, because if I'm working with you, you better Tiff. Thank you, because one of us got to win this damn thing.
I'm saying if I was to buy, I'd have gave the idol to Sean. Here, Sean.
I would have gave it to Sean too. Also, shout out to Jeff saying Survivor Cookout.
He said, "Oh, it's a Survivor Cookout." I said, "Oh, I text y'all so fast."
You did. Okay, so that concludes Survivor. Okay, any thoughts on this episode, Tiff? Any thoughts?
I just really have elevated myself as a viewer and appreciator of the Survivor show and game with this season. The production has really done a great job with casting this season. I need Brandon to return back somehow, and Hannah.
I want Brandon to turn back on the challenge. Yes, I would love to see Brandon. Actually, I will play with Brandon on anything.
crazy
Big Brother,
part
The
is-
Challenge, Survivor. Me and Brandon need to play together just so I could just like. I would love to eat him up in green screen moments.
The crazy part is what happened to Brandon has never happened to me, but I felt him know. When he was trying to climb up that ladder, it's plenty of challenges I have watched and been like, my body ain't gonna make it. It's gonna give out. He said, no, my body did give out. You just thought about it. My body did it. He said, my body said, he's not getting up the ladder.
Anyway, to get into our next segment, our favorite segment, or I guess not anymore, we're ready. We're almost there. The Challenge USA Season 2, Episode
Challenge
13.
USA
I forgot to write down the fucking title like a dumbass. Anyway, we start off with Cassidy winning 3 eliminations. Okay.
Right, Cassidy.
What is this? What I write down? Why I write down bust your nuts? That's not the competition. At a time, bust your nuts. It's a time event. I'm sorry.
Is that from Survivor? Because I'm telling you, when that girl was running across that beam, in the other one, and she fell and bust her nuts, I was like, damn, I wouldn't walk straight for 2 weeks.
Well, this episode was called, I think it was called Bust Your Beam. It was a time event. They had to walk across a beam, okay? Is that yes, okay. We get to, they have to walk across this beam in the air. There's 2 air balloons, Tiff.
They had to climb up that.
A hard ladder. That's a very hard ladder to climb. I don't think people really understand that ladder is very difficult.
I had to do it in season 1, and it's like if you've never done like a rope ladder, it's so uncomfortable because it's not sturdy at all, and you have a strategy for getting yourself up there, and it better be like Cory's.
Yeah. Tiff, I'm gonna tell you something. I would not be able to get up that ladder. There's no way.
We know.
There's no way. Or I wouldn't be doing it in the first place. That would be a competition I would tell GJ. CJ, don't even worry, because I'm going to fuck in. So let's all go get some water and let the girls compete. And then whoever I got to go against, go against. Michaela had a moment. Michaela is like, I'm so impressed. She like has breakdowns. She really does show what overcoming your fear is. Like, I have never.
She's a fear
in my
conqueror.
life. Yes, it's crazy.
It's impressive to watch.
It is. She ends up winning her heat. And
first, before she ends up winning her heat, she's terrified of heights. She gets up there and completely freaks out, like she is like going to give up. And she is a person, Johnny said it best, like a lot of people let their fears overcome them. And she finds a way to dig so deep that the fear she has makes her excel in it just because she's so afraid of it. And I did see that on our second challenge, which was a heights challenge on our season. And it was work the pole, and we had to get from one side to the other side on those balls. Michaela was up there crying. She was terrified to get across. And honestly, I was like, she ain't gonna get across. She's too scared. And she got across, and I was like, damn. And it's been like that for her in everything. And that's probably just a true testament of how she lives. Like, she doesn't let anything stop her. She doesn't let her fears prevent her from her success. And I really admire that.
I have so much respect for her. I never seen anything like it. But she ends up winning and winning for the women's heat. And Chris ends up winning for the men's heat. Where Chris is back. Yeah, the men are scared, and it's a double elimination this episode. And Chris back against the wall. I'm so happy for him. Michaela and Chris are in the finals, which is great. We love that. It's a double elimination. Now, this episode was all I have to say about Josh, and what Josh was going through emotionally. I will say, I don't want to be, I think this is why I always say when you go into these games, it's great to have a lot of friends, but it's also not good. Because if all your friends are making it to the end, it's going to make a very hard decision for you.
That's why I never like that pregame and shit. I don't care who's going to be on. No, I'm not calling them. I'm not DMing them. I'm not talking to them. I don't give a shit, because the less people I have to go in aligned with, the better for me, because I don't want to be emotional about having to cut somebody, and I don't want you to feel like I owe you anything. You're not going to get on there and talk about, she was in my DM. No, I was not.
I agree. I don't believe in pregame. I don't believe in pregame. I believe in whatever relationships you have is the relationships you have already.
I'm going into, and if we build one in there, I'm fine with that. I'm
correct.
fine with that. But all of that, I'm hanging out with this person, I'm hanging out with that person, I'm running around chasing this person, this person ain't chasing me back. I'm trying to be with this friend, I'm photographed with this person, I'm posed up with this one.
Oh, not that.
That ain't, what that's gonna do? But make you feel betrayed by people. You hope they like you. They don't like you anyway.
Oh shit. I agree with what you're saying. I think that it comes down to it. I just wouldn't. I don't believe in that. If I know, oh my God, Tiffany, you're going to be there, I'm going to be there, great. Our relationship, we already know what our relationship is, but I don't need to sit there and say, Tip, we need to come up with a plan from A to B.
Oh shit, yes we do. We planning.
We don't know, but we don't know.
I ain't planning with them other people though.
Don't know.
I'm not being like, Big D, we should go over here because they over there having a party and we might want to
Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the whole, I hate that sometimes, and I will say this sidebar, I hate, and I'm gonna say this freely because of just the situations I have dealt with. I hate that sometimes it feels like you have to know someone to get on this show, when in reality you should be able to get picked for shows based on who you are. We shouldn't have to build these storylines that because so-and-so fucked so-and-so, or this one is talking to this one.
I kind of understand that. It's a television show.
I get that, but
producers
then also,
are building a show.
But think about the people that don't have any connections.
They don't care about that. That's not their fault. Make a connection.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, I guess I need to start fucking some bitches then to get on the fucking show.
If you fuck some bitches, you probably will get on the show.
let me start making a point A to point B. Let me start hitting up everybody to get on the challenge. Anyway, so it's a double elimination. Josh is having a tough time because, he has friends on the show. He doesn't, he's very loyal to Fessy and he's very loyal to Johnny. And he doesn't know who he's going to place his vote on because, whoever he places his vote on, most likely is going to go in. He's thinking about, placing his vote on Cory, but if he places his vote on Cory, that means that Fessy has to go against Cory, which he doesn't want to do because that's his friend. If he puts his vote on, if he puts his vote on Johnny, that means Johnny has to go. Johnny's going to go and he'll portray whoever. Cassidy, it's easy for that. Cassidy ends up being a nom, of course, and Fessy is also one of the noms. Josh decides to vote for Johnny. I will say this.
Josh decides to vote for Johnny after crying a river and swearing on his firstborn and his grandfather that he wouldn't. And it's like, if you don't want to, that's what you say. I don't want to. That's really not what I want to do. But it's in these games, you do not want to overpromise and underdeliver. And when you're so unsure and it's so, and honestly, we don't know when he promised him that. He could have promised him that 3 weeks ago and then they just showed it yesterday. But, you still want to watch what you promise someone.
I agree, Tiff. I agree. I will say this. If I look from an outside point of view, and, we have both hung around all these players. We have seen them having a good time. We've seen them angry. We've seen them all, right? I would have to say Josh is closer to Fessy no matter what because of the relationship they've had for years. Mm-hmm. I don't believe there's a player in the game besides Wes, maybe, that I can say as a male figure is close to Johnny Bananas besides Wes. So I don't know why, which I know Wes is upset. He got upset and annoyed because Josh ended up telling him he voted for him. But also it's like, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know why Johnny was so surprised. You know,
I think
like he was
he's
so
surprised
hurt.
because he promised him, like, you don't even have to say those things. You don't have to try to convince me of something this to come back and tell me I did what I promised I wasn't going to do anyway. I think if he would have just told him, like, I don't want to do this. I'm trying to weigh my options. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I really don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm fucked up about it. I don't know. I am close to Fessy. I am close to you. I promised you. I want to give you my word, but I really don't know. But he couldn't say that because he didn't want Bananas to vote for him. But not Tory voting for Josh.
Tori was like, man, I made a promise, which I got to give her respect for that. She was like, I made a promise. This dude kept me safe, so I'm
y'all pack.
Yeah, y'all pack. Right. She was like, y'all pack. I don't know what to tell y'all asses. Y'all figure it out. But you know what? I will say this. It ended up being a hall brawl. My favorite. My dream.
It was a half a brawl.
Yeah, girl, it was fucking whack with these fucking pillow sofas they were playing. I was like, the fuck type of shit is this? Which I just mad they made it weaker. And then added a puzzle. And I was like, girl, puzzle. I'm like, damn, the challenge is getting soft, man. They really try to make sure, because I'm just like, a puzzle? So with this Hopper, you never know. Johnny had more votes. But Josh had, I think, 1 or 2 on his name or something. Mm-hmm. And Josh ends up going in against Fessy, which I will say this. I was emotional because I can't imagine if I had to go against, any of my friends, in a game, especially something physical. Like, I would never, no, actually, I would love to fucking hit X and Kylan. But other than that.
Imagine how I felt having to go against Michaela.
No,
boy, I saw my name come down. I said, please let us be on 2 separate fields.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was hard to watch. But, Fessy just outsmarted him and just kept guessing numbers. And it just worked out in his favor. And Fessy won. Chanel, queen, icon. Chanel did great. I want to give her credit because you know what, Chanel, I think kind of feels, I've learned in talking to Chanel, I think that after her Survivor season, this season has really shown a lot of light for her and really has shown how good she is as a game player, and I'm very proud of her. So just to see her go against Cassidy after Cassidy talking that shit and beating her ass, I thought was great. I loved it. It was good.
It looked pretty fair to me, honestly.
Oh no, it was fair because Cassidy's taller than her. So yeah, it was definitely fair.
I don't tall, short, heavy, small. I just saw really Cassidy holding her own. It wasn't like she got her ass whooped. It was like
I don't think that she got her ass whooped at all. I don't think that she got her ass whooped. I didn't see nobody plow through nobody. I saw two competitors out there giving each other the business. That's the way it looked to me. Maybe it went quicker than that. I don't know. But I think because of the fact that I felt like Chanel was pushing her more towards her end, like Chanel's end. I think that's why I was saying that she did work her a little bit harder. But that's just my point of view of what I saw. But I mean, like I said, it came down to a puzzle, so it don't even matter. And Chanel did win, so she's in the finals. I'm so happy to see that. So everyone's in the finals now. So we have the finals coming up this week, guys. Make sure you watch it Thursday night. Let's see who's going to take this win. I'm ready. This season was... Can't wait to recap it with you after it's over.
This season was. Can't wait to recap it.
Can't wait to be done because, I am ready for a new season of The Challenge, Tiff.
All right.
Tiff's like, I don't want to talk about Challenge no more, but we have to because our favorite number 4 is on next season, and I cannot wait to see how number 4 competes next season.
I recap CBS's The Challenge.
Tiffany.
We ain't recap the MTV's Challenge.
We have.
No, we did not.
You don't think we should? We should ask the fans what they want. You guys let us know below if we should recap The Challenge season 20. I'm sorry, damn. The Challenge 39 that comes out October 25th. Or do we just wait until...
No, you can have your own show. Big D's The Challenge.
Anyway, guys, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We're at 4K. I think at this point, we're working to our 5K goal. So if you guys can help us get more subscribers, that's great. We do have a special episode coming up soon.
Oh, just save it. Don't overpromise and underdeliver.
No, we ain't gonna deliver till November 5th. That's all I have to say, guys, okay? So, we love you guys. We can't wait to see you soon, obviously.
Don't hold him to that, because shit be changing. Because I don't like to tell people nothing I'm thinking about doing until I fucking do it. Until we got it, then you say something. Shut the fuck up.
And have a good day, guys.
Bye.